Alright, some of you asked for it, so here it is. The Siegebreaker. A very unique weapon, an amazing one, at least when you first look at it on the surface. This weapon boasts itself for being a hybrid of two worlds, a sniper rifle combined with an auto rifle. It also comes with this amazing and unique perk that freezes enemies on hits. You can prime enemies with this weapon, and while all that is great on paper or on the surface, the biggest handicap for this weapon is going to be some of the underlying issues with snipers in general and the game mechanics. So with that said, let's dive in. Up front, this weapon is amazing, being able to pick off multiple targets at range, get multi-kills and complete your daily feats. It is just amazing. It's literally an auto rifle sniper. It's an upgraded whirlwind. If you guys remember, the whirlwind, that weapon that is basically a hybrid auto rifle and sniper rifle, a lot of people reviewed it early in the days, and this is a legendary version of it. And even this legendary version has a much lower base damage versus an epic sniper rifle in its same class, and that is crazy. But let's not count it out yet. While this weapon is outclassed in terms of raw damage, the cold proc is what really makes it unique, and I think that is like the only thing it has going on for it. At times when your cold abilities couldn't even freeze certain enemies, this weapon works to put them in their place. And while it may not freeze bosses or apex enemies or some elite enemies, well, I guess that's all of them, well, it still immobilizes turrets and some of the other lower targets. And while most of us will designate this weapon as a boss weapon because of the sniping capabilities, I would argue and say that this weapon is kind of useless against bosses on Grandmaster 2 and higher. On higher difficulties, this weapon is more of a gear ability or utility tool, if you would say. A long-range primer is what we will call it, because if we're being honest here, that is the only useful thing that this weapon can do on higher difficulty. It mostly shines on lower levels because you can pick off targets, kill them, and that is one of the cool things about it. It's also best for holding down a post and picking off upcoming targets when you're defending a spot. The amazing stability makes it great for small infantry units, which means in long ranges you can get a headshot, and that is one of the cool things about this weapon. A lot of people will not talk about this, but that is one of the things that make this weapon amazing. One thing in general that is the handicap to all snipers in the game right now is going to be something that also makes this weapon a terrible one, and that is going to be the lack of hip fire on this rifle. This makes using sniper rifles a big problem in Anthem right now. While all sniper classes have these higher damage numbers, that tunnel vision makes it unbearable at times. You have moments when you're trying to pick off a boss only to get destroyed by another enemy running into you. So using a sniper rifle at times is like a death sentence in Anthem. Something a lot of us Warframe players can also confirm, because snipers in Warframe are nice, but only on special occasions. But at least you can hip fire in Warframe when you're using sniper rifles. I personally think they need to enable hip fire for sniper rifles overall, the entire class, because if we're looking at this weapon really needs it, considering the fact that it's also an auto rifle. So altogether, the Siegebreaker or the upgraded Whirlwind is an average weapon, even when on a legendary level. It's not the best in its class, and when it comes to priming potential, the Rauner's Gaze, which is an auto rifle, also outclasses the sniper. So the verdict is, the only great thing about this weapon is going to be that stability and the ability to hit critical spots from a long range. If you have this weapon, it's useless to you right now. But don't scrap it or throw it away yet. It might get a buff in the future. At least I hope that it does get a buff in the future. Anyways, feel free to let me know your opinion on this weapon. If it is different from mine, let me know. I'll be open to see your side. Maybe it is just something that I'm not seeing. But as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.